Glagolitic Mass of Janáček. My goodness, one could speak about it forever. One could speak about him and his music forever. He's one of the most unique figures in the whole history of music, I think. It's not an accident then when someone asked him which composers had most influence on him, and he said, none. And when one hears his music, in fact, one recognizes that it is like no one else's music. It's absolutely unique in the way in which he creates those little phrases, tiny little motifs, repeats them, works with them. And the only composer that I can imagine working in this way is Mussorgsky. It is somehow sounds, musical phrases that are built on speech, on the language itself. And his way with tonalities is astonishing because he repeats the same motif and suddenly it turns into the kind of tonality we never expect. And it makes it always surprising and never predictable. It's one of the things. The other one, of course, is the sonority of the orchestra, combinations of instruments that he uses, the voices, how they enunciate the text. All of that makes something really unique that you cannot quite place it anywhere. It's just him. With the Mass, what is very interesting, it's also quite unique. He did not mean at all to write it as an ecclesiastical, religious, typical Mass. For him it was a patriotic statement. And one can understand what he meant if one realizes the time in which he composed it, 1926. 8 years earlier, Czech Republic, well, at that time Czechoslovakia, for the first time in, let's say, modern history, has become independent state. Neither Smetana, nor Dvořák, nor any of the other ones lived to see the day when this country would become truly free and independent. Janáček saw the day, he lived it in the first, 10 years of its independence. And so one can understand the significance of this Glagolitic Mass that is so much connected to the feeling of belonging to your nation and expressing everything that it always aspired to be and to have through the music, and now it could. And to me, that is the meaning of the Glagolitic Mass. Interestingly enough, he did not write it on a Latin text. He wrote it on the old Slavonic text. So even in that sense, it is very original.